Hello guys, welcome to another series of Know Your English from the Hindu. In today's extract, we are going to learn a lot of good vocabulary, words and idioms through the conversation between Jenny and Moon. Jenny, you have been off the radar for so long. Where on earth have you been? So here is an idiom, off the radar, which means unnoticed or unseen. The person is unseen for so long. So that's the reason why Moon is asking Jenny where he has been off the radar for so long, why he was unnoticed for so long, where he have been. Oh little moon, I flew back to my roots to let my voice echo through the ballot box. Back to my roots is another idiom which means return to hometown. Means Jenny went to his hometown to do voting. That is why he's saying to let my voice echo through the ballot box. Ballot box is a secret voting box through which the person elects his representative. You giant genie, you can't even squeeze your little finger into the box, yet you're bragging about a ballot inside it. Since these words are said by Moon, he is small, so he's not able to understand that Jenny has spoken about ballot box, but he is talking about ballot, BALLET. So he's saying, Jenny, you can't even squeeze your little finger into the box, yet you're bragging. Bragging means boasting or showing off about a ballot inside it. Ballot means a form of classical dance. Oh Moon, it's ballot, not ballet. Long ago, people were afraid of whispering their voting choices out loud, so they drop a secret ball into a box called ballotta in the Venetian dialect of Italian. Over the years, it became the mighty ballot, which means a system of secret voting to pick the leader of your choice. So here another thing they have explained about the ballot and Venetian dialect of Italian. So in earlier days, people were afraid of whispering or telling their choices who they're going to elect. So they had a system in which there was a box where they used to drop colorful balls showing their choices of their election. Ballotta means literal meaning is little ball. In medieval and Renaissance Venice, it is in Italy, citizens and members of Great Council cast secret votes by dropping small colored or marked balls into container, and from then the system was widely used throughout the country. Even in our country, while elections we use the secret ballot box. We used to, now we use EVMs. So the word ballotta is derived from there. And Venetian dialect of Italian. So basically, dialect means regional or social variety of language, and it is distinguished from same varieties of language by vocabulary, grammar and pronunciation. So Venetian language is that language which differs from the regional language by grammar, pronunciation and vocabulary, and mostly Venetian language is spoken in northeast parts of Italy. Is ballot a noun or verb, Jenny? Both, Moon. In the sentence, the villagers drop their votes into the ballot box. Here it is noun. But in the committee decided to ballot its members on Martin's appointment. So here the word ballot is used as verb. I get it now. I don't like elections a bit. People curse, shout and throw bad words at each other like confetti. It's all noise everywhere. So Moon is saying, and that's true also. People curse each other, shout and throw bad words at each other like confetti. What exactly confetti means is whenever we have festivals or celebration, birthday celebration, whatever bash party we do it, we throw some papers, color papers, pieces of glitter, sprinkles into air at celebration to create a festive atmosphere that is called as confetti. So instead of throwing colorful papers, people throw bad words at each other. My little sunshine, it isn't confetti that decorates the air during a celebration. It's mudslinging, an act of throwing insults or unfair accusation at someone to damage their reputation. So when we throw bad words or when we blame each other, that time we should not be using confetti word, rather it is mudslinging, means an act of throwing insults or unfair accusation at someone to damage their reputation. And in many places, most of the places, it happens. For their own benefit, people do this kind of tantrum, this kind of tricks to affect other person's reputation. That is called as mudslinging. It's a noun, Moon. For example, the election campaign was full of mudslinging. Means what? When the election campaign was going on, the people were throwing bad words, false accusation on each others, and that is mudslinging. Means complete. It was full of mudslinging. Little Moon crunch her face. Ha ha, Genie. If enough mud gets splashed on a person, people would probably shut their doors on them forever. He's joking over here. That if enough mud gets splashed on a person, people would probably shut their doors on them forever. It's true. Who will tolerate that much mud splashing on them? You naughty little moon, you crack jokes that once someone smeared with enough mud, nobody would welcome them anymore. Smeared means coated or destroy their reputation. In real life, secretly shutting someone out like that is called blackballing. So, in real life, we don't do like this. We again use secretly tricks to shut that person out. That is called as blackballing. OMG, another little world has bounced into elections now. What do you mean by that, Genie? Huh, little moon. Blackballing means voting against allowing someone into a group or organization. Means if any new member is going to be welcome into an election, so if you don't want that person to be elected, so what you will do is in that ballot box you will be throwing black ball, which will terminate him from getting into elections. So blackballing means voting against allowing someone into a group or organization. Long ago, secret clubs used tiny balls for voting. A white ball welcomed a candidate in, but even a single black ball could reject them completely. So if we throw black ball, that candidate would be completely rejected. He won't be allowed. So that is why the name has come from the blackballing, which means voting against allowing someone into a group or organization, means banning his entry. That is why secretly shutting someone out is called blackballing. And moon, it acts both as noun and verb. For instance, blackballing was common in old secret clubs. It's noun here. When you say they are blackballing the new candidate, it's a verb. Oh no, Jenny. Do grown-ups ever play fair in elections? He asked the correct question actually. We never play fair in election, be it a school election or be it real life representatives election. To choose the representatives, everywhere unfair tricks are used. Jenny scratched his beard. Well, some do, little moon, but others try very sneaky tricks to win. Sneaky means dishonest, clever or deceitful tricks to win. For example, sometimes people even redraw the voting map so that their favorite sides gets more twists. That twisty trick is called gerrymandering. Now what does representative do is they redraw their maps, they change their constituencies so that they can allow more people into their voting areas and they will get more votes. So that trick of twisting the map is called gerrymandering. Gary, what? Moon blinked. Moon, some election maps get twisted and stretched like chewing gum in a child's hand. Gerrymandering is when people in power change the borders of voting areas so that more people inside them will vote for their favorite party and help them win the election. So, which I said, they change the constituencies in order to gain more votes in favor of their party. That is called as gerrymandering. How do we use in a sentence? As a noun, the opposition accuses the ruling party of gerrymandering. and as a verb, the leaders try to gerrymandering the voting districts. Long live messy elections, Jenny. At least I don't have to see my class teacher for one whole day. So, in today's article, we learned lot of new words, and those new vocabulary was related to election. So, today's word is gainsay. Take exceptions to synonym deny. Usage: it is impossible to gainsay the importance of good education in today's job market. Let's recall once again what all words we have learned. First is idiom off the radar, which means unnoticed, unseen. Second is back to my roots, which means return to hometown. Bragging means boasting or showing off. Venetian means a distinct Roman language which is spoken primarily in northeast Italy. And dialect means a regional language which is distinguished from other varieties of same language by its vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation. Then comes confetti. Confetti means decorating the air during a celebration through sprinkles, colorful papers. Then is mudslinging, an act of throwing insults or unfair accusation at someone to damage their reputation. Smeared means coated or destroy the reputation. Then blackballing, which means voting against allowing someone into a group or organization. Then sneaky means dishonest, clever and deceitful. Then comes gerrymandering means when people in power changes the border of voting areas so that more people inside them will vote for their favorite party and help them win the elections. Hope you like today's session. Thank you. Please like and share. Thank you.